not counting enough to the revenues projected for February. This isn't a Nigeria case. They are depending so much now, and when the elections did not contribute, they've seen the war. Is any lessons to learn? Not Nigeria, but any others in African countries.
Well, first, Nigeria was a surprise.
Okay.
A third country declared a law zone because Boko Haram has been over. Impact even internal production of some services that were going to the sector. Those were the brisket of the country, and where this its ills was to feed itself to an extent. All that because this area is so low, everybody's so scared, and what is happening with the girl. So it will happen. I think it's a difference to polite what is in Nigeria, the rest of us. Nigeria's ills are really to politics and at the extreme it does to the country. It's very difficult. I will be very sad to try and extract what happens in Nigeria into a place like Ghana. Nigeria dealt with its own context. Our issues, well, and you can't recall what Clinton's in SPAC is the country. That's what we see ourselves. Everybody who thinks it's economy.
Yeah, the shilling seems to be starting. It's been for a while now, anticipating that it would be firm, or the stability would continue for this week, especially because the demand for the foreign currency has been quite lower than expected. Do you think that there's also because they're getting some more inflows from the agriculture, they're exporting some more, and they're seeing some better stability in their shilling? Is there something that they can do to continue to stabilize this currency?
I think it's a result of policy that they've been implementing over the period. Particularly, I think over the past 1 month, where they've gone to the market to mobilize a lot of funds, to mop up funds from the system, to strengthen the currency. And I remember there was an interesting situation, although they were not able to, when they used their treasury bills, for instance, they were not able to get as much as they wanted from the market. But still the anti rate dropped. So I think it's an attempt to hold the currency firmly. For Kenya, though, they also rely a lot on tourism. And then, of course, they have a strong export market, and they're going into, they've begun this agricultural revolution where they are attracting the youth into agriculture. So I think it's a reaction to the programs that they are pursuing. And when you read around, I think the president has enjoyed some goodwill. It appears he's liked, and it appears he tends to interact with the people. So I think they're enjoying some goodwill.
So there's some positive energy coming from the presidency as well.
From the presidency. Particularly after their challenge with this attack. Which is not completely serious, because we keep getting indications here and there.
One or two, that's true. That's true.
So we just hope that.
Okay, let's take a look at Egypt, where the economy is suffering from serious oil debts. The economy or the country owes foreign oil companies lots of money, and it's gone to about 5.7 billion from 4.9 billion as at the end of 2013. Even though the stock market seems to be doing well, the general economy is not. If you look at what is happening in Egypt, do you foresee any change, especially when there is anticipation that elections will be held soon and possibly a new president will be elected? Would you foresee any positive change on Egypt's economy?
Unfortunately, I don't think Egypt's wars are going to come to an end very soon.
Really?
I think it's going to continue for some time.
I see.
And the heavy hand with which they have suppressed the Muslim Brotherhood. The truth of the matter is that 40+% of the population identify with the Muslim Brotherhood. That is a reality, right? Now you cannot go at the leaders of this. You have to negotiate something with them. Did they win the election? They did, and some of us think that a coup d'etat in this current decade is
a cake.
It's not on, and however much when you address it and you're sentencing masses of them to death, you know, it's Egypt is, unfortunately, I'm extremely pessimistic about Egypt.
Really?
Extremely. For me, I think they are in trouble, and that the trouble is, they may have an election, but what is going to happen to the people who identify with the Muslim Brotherhood? What is going to happen to the families of the people who are being sentenced to death? A major challenge is there.
But then if you look at Egypt also, around the world, they seem to pay the lowest for energy. Currently, they seem to be in some crisis, but they seem to pay the lowest in terms of energy, I mean, around the world. Don't you think that maybe upping it a bit might help the situation?
You see, energy is but one side of the problem, right? And regardless of energy, if energy alone could solve a country's problems, life would be easy.
Well,
it's not
energy. The energy alone.
And I even believe that advantage they have of cheap energy is going to disappear very, very quickly.
That's true. Well, let's take a look finally at Zambia. The European Times is reporting that Zambia is a very safe haven for investments. And Zambia seems to be enjoying some goodwill as well. Do you think that this would drive more investment towards the country and possibly see it do better than it has been for a while now?
I think it's a plus for them, particularly they've been struggling in recent times with their exports.
Copper, with the demand in China very low now.
So if they have been projected as a safe haven, let's hope that it will attract investment. I mean, largely, Africa still remains very profitable to a lot of investment. The downside to it is the fact that the US is recovering, and so then funds which were all coming to Africa because they felt that they couldn't invest in the US market are going back. So maybe the volumes that we would have gotten, or the level of investment that Africa could have gotten, of course, which would have affected Zambia, it's not as much as it was in the past 2, 3, 4 years.
Back, okay.
Yes, but I hope that, I mean, the continent still gives one of the best returns. So,
hopefully.
So I just expect someone to come in. But I just hope that when these investments come in, they are applied such that the local participation gets in there, so that we make a lot of money for ourselves also. It's not the case that it comes wholly foreign and they make their returns.
But at least the money stays in the country.
The money stays in the country.
I want to thank you very much, Fred and Nonko Joe, for joining us on our business review for this morning. I wish you a very good day, and hopefully I'll see you same time very soon. Thank you. Thank you. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with our business titan. Today we are talking to Ebo Jebi, the GM for Felop International. I'll come back. I'll tell you what they do and show you what they are doing. Stay tuned in.
Business Television Africa is your television network that provides you with quality programs, innovation and technology to advance the African dream and the high quality of life. On Business Television Africa, you get to hear true stories of business people in Africa and in the world. BTA is in French.
J'aime regarder Business Television Africa.
And English. You can watch Business Television Africa via satellite or on First Digital Box.
The African Business Talk analyzes Africa's business development and how policies and initiatives affect the lives of the African. The talk aims at opening opportunities for industry as well as sound trade cultural practices between business owners and entrepreneurs in continental Africa and in the diaspora. Don't miss it as we engage think tanks, businessmen and women, entrepreneurs, chief executives, innovators and people who have worked to transform countries like Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia, Benin, Togo, South Africa, Botswana, Egypt and many other African economies. The African Business Talk, live on Business Television Africa.